Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're back in business with a live showdown between the Skaven and the Dark Elves. So I was pretty inspired by my Limp Bizkit build the other day. Want to do a bit of a Skaven rush. So I think that Ikit Claw is certainly a very prime candidate. Granted, Deathmaster also isn't bad for a rush per se. So let's go ahead and try him out. As far as his items go, we can get the Cloak of Shadows. Lowering melee defense doesn't hurt. And on top of that, we're going to be going for a rush. Do we want to do like an Eshin rush? We could go for like Death Runners. Do like a full Vanguard, but then the Doom Flayers are going to be too far behind. So we do need a Doom Wheel just for the Limp Bizkit flavor. We'll get 2 Doom Flayers as well. So we have the Wheel, we have the Flayers. And now on top of that, let's get some Plague Monks. They do okay against Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. And if they do have any elite troops like Sisters or Hargoneth Executioners, the Flayers and the Doom Wheel should make pretty quick work of those bad boys. So feeling pretty good about the rush so far. On top of that, we have Deathmaster plus an Assassin. Those 2 characters should be able to deal with any single entities, I'm hoping. You know, if he has like Malekith on a dragon or Marathi or anything like that. Hopefully we can lock the bad boy down. Excuse me, lock those bad boys down. And on top of that, we probably do need a Summoner still. Howling Warpgale is still a really decent option. You know what? Let's actually do a non-summoning Skaven build and see how badly this goes. So Musk of Fear isn't bad. Warp Lightning's pretty good. Howling Warpgale also. And we could go for an Overcasted Death Frenzy. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it. Let's get the Mortis Engine effect as well. He says he's ready when I am. I don't know. What a gentleman, man. Checking to make sure. I'm obviously a little bit slow here as I'm scheming my army. So we need some Ogres. Probably cut there. I think 3 Ogres should be enough. And now we need some like chaff support. We don't have any like ranged or any way to like poke flyers though. That's my concern. I mean, we have the Howling Warpgale. We have the Limp Bizkit squad here. We have 2 Plague Monks who should win their respective fights. Maybe we cut 1 Ogre and get like some light slinger action or something. I mean, getting weapons teams with a build like this doesn't really seem prudent because they can't really protect them. But yeah, getting like a light skirmishing core I think is okay. So yeah, we'll get some Night Runners. They have stock, they can poke. We only need poison on one of these guys since they're going to be working together, and we'll just get 1 more spear unit. All right, my opponent said he's ready, so good luck, have fun. GLHF, let's go ahead and do it to it. We got Deathmaster, we got some Lure of Ruin, we got some Flayers, the Doom Wheel. Should be quite a bit of fun. Our big weakness, though, is single entities, I would say. However, we do have Howling Warpgale to lock them in place, and we do also, of course, have Deathmaster plus an Assassin with a little bit of Ogre support. Doom Wheels can do okay against like monsters and stuff too, if you can like ram them in the back or, you know, get the laser shots going on them. But, you know, ain't nothing in this world for free, man. We're doing it. We got the Skaven Limp Bizkit Rush. I'm trying to think like what the most optimal Skaven Rush builds are. Probably, I mean, Deathmaster's really good. Ikit Claw is incredibly nice too, because he gives you Lore of Ruin on a stick, so you can just bring him with Howling Warpgale, then you can bring a Plaguecaster separately for the Mortis Engine effect to kill infantry. But since we're not relying on, you know, weapons teams to clear out infantry, and we don't have mortars and things like that, I think that the Doom Flayers should be able to get in there and do some work. We'll see. You know, a lot of people do expect Skaven to always be sitting back by their artillery and their gun lines and their mortars, because that really is the meta. That's like the go-to Skaven build, right? But then you see things like this, and you know, I feel like it can catch people off guard from time to time, but we'll give it a try. Plague Monks here. All right, so let's go ahead and get our army like out of the way here so we can set it up. Looks good. Looks good. All is well in the realm. Yes, perfect, Anakin, perfect. So we'll get some Skaven Slaves. Skaven Slaves can be backed up actually by the Flayers. The Flayers can kind of be riding in with either of them, and we're not sure where we're going to be going with the Doom Wheel quite yet, so we'll put that bad boy in the center. I just put everyone in one group in the beginning just to kind of get my bearings, and then as the battle does progress, I split them out. So we got you here looking okay. And we have some more Skaven Slaves. I mean, this is a very strange deployment, so we could even get them up here and up here, although we might get flanked, or so having some in the back to just, you know, be thrown in front of things is probably not bad. Ogres and Skaven Slave Spears are very, very close friends. Get you in 2, and then you guys in 3 as well. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. We could scoot up a little bit. Want to get as close as possible. Our skirmishers can be out there. Ready. Good luck, have fun, man. To Soccer Aniac, something. 1996. Probably just not able to read right now. It's a little bit squinty up there in the corner. So 1069 versus 1126. We do have some natural terrain obstacles. I certainly think this build is not going to be expected, so hopefully we'll have that advantage. His army size is pretty darn big, though. I'm trying to think what that would mean. I mean, I guess a bunch of Bleak Swords and Dread Spears, maybe with some Dark Shards mixed in. That type of a build. Which you don't see terribly often against Skaven, because typically Skaven mortar teams like destroy Dark Shard lines, so you have to go, if you are going to go bows in that matchup, you probably want to go with Shades, simply because Shades do have the stock ability, so they at least are hidden until they get close and can inflict some damage themselves. whereas Dark Shards can pretty much be seen instantly and just punished by Skaven Plague Claw catapults, mortar teams, all that sort of crazy stuff. So see how it goes. The Wheels of Doom, haven't used this bad boy in quite some time. It's a very cool piece. The Wheels of Doom basically has a better laser, so the laser beam that does come out does quite a bit more damage than the standard Doom Wheel. So yeah, he's got a pretty big army, so yeah, you can imagine it might take some time to set up. Deathmaster, of course, super good at killing characters if we can catch. And yeah, that's another thing. Another very popular Dark Elf strategy is to go with the Dark Elf Blob, right? So you just get Marathi and all those debuffing characters, and you have a Death Star. But Deathmaster and the Assassin are very good at killing those characters and trying to peel them out of that box. Also, the Doom Wheel can push them away, so we can escort them into the Shadow Realm, which is quite cool. And yeah, I think we're probably good to go. I don't know if he's like waiting on me. It looks like he's saying he's ready. All right, let's do it to it and see where his army is at. Okay, very, very spread out for sure. So we could just go over here, honestly. He's got Malekith on the far side. Malekith just has Soul Stealers. So that seems pretty good. All right, so let's roll. I mean, this is all free real estate for sure. Doom Wheels will massacre the infantry pretty hard. So we'll put this Doom Wheel in 3, run it up here. And the Flayers, we can be really aggressive with the Flayers too. So 4 and 5 as well. So let's go ahead and get 4. Have you run here. 5 can go here. Actually, they're on the wrong sides. It's okay. 5 and 4. Very good. You know what? We could just chill here, honestly. Because if he's really spread out like this, it does leave him a little bit vulnerable to this type of shenanigans. You know, just getting in here with these wheels and these flares and really running these guys over and just getting a ton of kills. Yeah, he's got some Dark Shards on the far side, so we can get our Slingers and start kind of, you know, poking those guys. But for now, we just kind of keep running amok amongst his infantry and, you know, enjoying ourselves. All right, let's pull back. Yeah, pretty wild. There's, like, stuff collapsing from every which direction. Look at this, like, Harpies in the back. Yeah, he was really expecting a gun line, you could tell. All right, let's just keep rolling, keep rolling. In the words of the great Fred Durst, now our Slingers can keep kind of poking, pull you guys back, and everything looks good. Yeah, he's got some Dark Shards over there and some various other troops. Oh my god, he's really coming in from like every which angle here. All right, so we got Ogres poking in. Looks like Malekith's coming down as well, and Deathmaster and the Assassin can come over and get ready to party and go after those characters. Plague Monk should be able to do some chopping here. Let's go ahead and get you in, and we can go ahead and overcast a Death Frenzy right here on this big pocket. Move you guys in. Death Frenzy definitely pretty cool, and we'll get these Flayers moving into them. All right, everything looks good. Our character squad is coming. Malekith is going to be a little bit tricky to capture, but we could use the Deathmaster's Sigil on him now. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and pop it right now. Very good. So many of the Harpies are broken. The Doom Wheel's still going, and you can see the build, like I said, he brought is very, very designed to deal with, you know, a range. Like he had a million Harpies, and here you can see Deathmaster and company are doing some good work. So we'll just kind of keep shanking here. We have some Howling Warp Gale action. We can use it. I thought those were Doomfire Warlocks. Yeah, that would have been much better to use on those targets. So we're still taking some shots. Malekith is definitely getting punished a little bit, but not too bad. Harpies, let's go ahead and charge them with the Ogres. Keep the Spears defending here. These guys were able to crump that position. So let's see if we could bounce over there with the Flayers and pull the infantry over there, which should be fine. Looks like he's got some Spears around there too. All right, so how are we doing? Malekith got away. No surprises. He's pretty quick. So obviously the Dragon has pretty good mass. So we'll just kind of keep trying to clear out the infantry where we can. We'll get our little Assassin Goon Squad rolling over there. And how are our Doom Wheels doing? The Doom Wheel's doing okay, but Malekith appears to be hunting it. Let's get you and you. Yes, yes. Looks good. And the Doom Wheel, we need to get away. And in the meantime, our little skirmish rats can keep trying to pick off Harpies. You pull back through the ranks. Let's get our Assassin Squad over there to try and hunt down Malekith. Ogres can chase. And do we have any other like crazy buffs we want to do? You know, oh, damn. My finger dragged at the last second. Anyways, he dodged, so it's not a big deal. I was like, oh yes, I'm going to get this one. All right, so skirmishers, get back in here. We need to get you guys back in business. I feel like we're in pretty good shape. I mean, he's doing okay on the flanks, but, you know, we've been able to clear up quite a bit of the drama here. Pull you guys back in, and this Doom Wheel can go in there. Plague Monks are fighting Malekith, which, of course, isn't pretty. These Ogres aren't really needed here, and one of our Flayers did overextend pretty bad, but, you know, you can't keep track of everything. Well, some people can, but not me. All right, great. So these guys are broken. Let's go ahead here and get the Assassins going after your boy Malekith. The Deathmaster Sigil will be up here in a second, so we'll go ahead and lock him down here. Looks good. Pull the Doom Wheel around the back, see if we can pin him in. Move you guys here, move you guys over around the back here, and you guys can come swinging at Malekith as well. So the Assassins should be able to get some shanking in. Doom Flayer's coming in as well, so we can try and pin him in here and see if we can get the Doom Wheel in the back. We definitely need to kill Malekith. Soul Stealers are going to be a constant threat against us. And looks like the Harpies are also landing there, which is good. Now we can overcast the Death Frenzy here. I don't know if it's going to matter too much. Let's kind of keep moving past Malekith, see if we can lock him in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So then you get him, and we keep shanking him. We have Death Frenzy, so the melee attack on all these characters is really, really good right now. And let's get the Plague Monks in here to save this position. You guys can pull back this way, and the Ogres should be able to deal with the bats. Malekith has been slain by our Skaven. All right, very good. So Flayer, pull you guys back in. Honestly, like, I feel like this build is pretty good. You know, my opponent's got some pretty competent units and is certainly making some good plays. We do have Howling Warp Gale. At this point, not going to be super useful, so just save up for like a Warp Lightning or something. We need to force off these repeater crossbows. They've just been going this entire time, just going a little bit too ham for my liking. And it looks like that Flare was able to get away also. Perfect. All right, let's collapse into the back of this position. You keep doing your thing here. Got a couple misclicks, but it's okay. Concealment bombs. And the Doom Wheel can chase them, honestly. So can the Ogres. We have some Plague Monks that are back too. Let's pull them in here and pull you guys in there to just go chase those units. See if the Flare can help out. Doom Wheels can chase the Dark Riders too, because Dark Riders don't shoot 360, which means if you're chasing them, you're not going to be taking damage yourself. How are we doing on the skirmishers? Deathmaster and company seem to be doing okay. Looks good to me. We should have a Warp Lightning here soon. Is there any big pockets of troops? Yeah, we drop right there. Should be fine. It feels so weird playing Skaven without summons. Like, it's just such an intrinsic part of their playstyle. Granted, you know, just goes to show that other things can work. So those Dark Riders have been punished. Looks like our forces have caught up with them. Very good. Now we can turn around. Yeah, he had so much backline disruption. He had like Dark Riders and Harpies, and then we had like nothing to disrupt, which was, I mean, aside from a couple skirmishers, right? I'll go into melee mode here, and we can go ahead and sweep in here with our little Haggard Skaven Roland squad. These Flayers don't want to be fighting the spears alone, and poor Plague Monks on the far side getting wrecked pretty good. Pull back in, boys. Looks good. He's got some repeater crossbows here, but I think we have enough mobility that we can start to cause some problems here. Very good. So let's just get freebies where we can. Pull those Flayers away from those repeater crossbows, and these little slingers, we need to make sure they stay with the main army here. We could probably counter skirmish, actually. Put them in that mode here. And here comes the Goon Squad. Those guys definitely going to be paying the Troll Toll here in a second once the Limp Biscuit Squad gets there. A little bit low on ammo, too, so we could probably run them out of ammo, which is something else to consider. All right. You guys keep poking, and it looks like that is going to be army losses for the Druki. Well played to my opponent. Certainly a good scrap. And yeah, my army's quite damaged, man. Pyrrhic victory indeed. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, his build is very much like let's go ahead and disrupt your backline build. If you bring weapons teams, he has a million Dark Riders and Harpies, and it's like an absolute nightmare, right? So that's kind of the thing, right? Like an aggressive Skaven rush. He could have kited me for sure a little bit, but we had some counter skirmishing, but he really put the pressure on us, which forced us into a defensive posture. But Deathmaster and the boys did pretty good. The Lore of Magic was a little bit disappointing. I think I misclicked a couple times and didn't... I guess the Death Frenzy was pretty good for finishing off Malekith. That gave us some really solid punch. But my opponent didn't give me like a really big square engagement, so I wasn't able to get like that juicy, like big blob fight that I was looking for to get the AoE damage. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Certainly fun. Well played to my opponent, Soccer 1996. I'm trying to like see how he would say that. Sakurank? Sakurank 1996? I mean, I assume it's just like a soccer thing, but Soccer Maniac, I think maybe that's the direction. I'm not sure, man, but well played to you. It was a fun game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Skaven vs. Dark Elf showdown. And my friends, we will be back with more content soon. Take care.